Hello and welcome into your Game 6 review for the 2019 Stanley Cup Playoffs second round series against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Let me move my mic a bit closer. Now, as usual, I'm a little bit late with this. Let me lower the mic too. And, I'm hoping that won't continue, but no promises going forward when videos will go up. I plan on also posting a Bruins versus Hurricanes short little preview, nothing too big because, there's only so much time before Game 1 tonight at 8 p.m. But nonetheless, the Bruins eliminate the Blue Jackets in 6 games, which is I think that's what I predicted, to be honest. And I believe around Game 4 or 5, I think after we won Game 4, I said I wouldn't shock me if this team won Game 5 or 6. So I've been pretty good with feeling out these series as they go along. As for this one, though, a little bit of controversy among two things. One, the obvious, Charlie McAvoy hitting Josh Anderson in the head. I thought it should have been 5 minutes in the game. I thought he should have been ejected as well. He was not, and he got 1 game suspension, which I think is right. I think he got the right amount of games. I think it's good. First time he's been suspended. And, I know some Bruins fans aren't too happy, but it looks like most of Bruins fans that I've talked to understand and think this is the proper call and what he should have got, because no one likes to see a hit to the head like that. Josh Anderson's even said in the third period he didn't really feel like himself, which you never like to hear. Good league decision there to give him a game. I didn't actually think they were going to give him a game because I just really didn't think that the NHL player safety department was going to get anything right, so I assumed he was going to get off scot-free, but not the case, suspended 1 game. The other controversy, the goaltender interference call in the first period that took back Sean Crowley's goal. Now, this one's a little more up in the air. I thought it was the right call because Nordstrom impedes Bobrovsky's ability to get back and make the save. My friend Kevin, who I told to leave a comment on this video, not sure if he will or not, goes against that and says Bobrovsky had enough time to get back and make the save, and the contact wasn't significant enough. At the end of the day, it didn't hurt the Bruins, so it doesn't matter, but my thoughts, I thought Nordstrom impeded him enough for it. But moving on, the Bruins eliminate the Columbus Blue Jackets off of an amazing performance by Tuukka Rask, 39 save shutout, and he was a beast in this series. Let's go over the goals, and then I can go over the thoughts on the series. The first goal you have is a huge clap bomb by Krejci from the top of the right-hand circle. Now, this was started with a defensive play by Connor Clifton to get the puck up to DeBrusk. DeBrusk hits it off the post. The shot is on the right side of the screen. That one would hit off the post. Krejci would be the first one to get the puck. As you can see in the picture right to the right of my head, he one-times it past Bobrovsky, and as you can see in the bottom middle picture, it almost hits the post, but he stays just on the inside of it to count as a goal. Bruins go up 1-0, and this was halfway through the second. A very tight game. I really thought it was going to end 1-0 or 2-0. Bruins basically kept it similar to that. It was ended 3-0. Extremely tight game. As I mentioned, Tuukka Rask playing out of his mind. The second goal would come in the third period, late in the third, halfway through the third. Marcus Johansson Coyle. Heinen makes a play off the wall to start the breakout to Charlie Coyle. Charlie Coyle takes it towards the middle, a little of a drop to Johansson. Johansson takes it middle, shoots it right past Scott Harrington, and it hits Bobrovsky, and as you can see, in the top middle, he gets a bit of it and has enough time to turn around to see it go over the line. Johansson to Coyle, Coyle to Johansson. It's happened a lot this playoffs, and I'm hoping it happens in the next season as well, because these guys are dynamite on the third line and bring a lot of depth scoring that the Bruins didn't have at the beginning of the season. We're starting to see the benefits of the trades and when it matters that Don Sweeney made this season, which you love to see as a fan. And isn't that a great screenshot right there of the shot on the lower part of the screen right there? See it clear as day. Bobrovsky turn around like, oh no, and there goes my season. Anyway, Backus would get insurance right after this. Beautiful pass by Krug to split the D. Well, actually, you shouldn't say split the D, because Backus beats Bjorkstrand, and there is no D beyond that. Tips it, and as you can see in the top right there, gets it right past Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky feeling like he's on an island all by himself because he didn't get as much help as Tuukka Rask did in this game. Not to be said, though, not something that has to be said, though, is how many posts the Blue Jackets hit in this game. Had to be 3 or 4, and the Blue Jackets definitely had their chance, but the puck luck was not on their side, because if you look at the advanced stats, the Blue Jackets played a better game when you look at it that way, and Tuukka Rask was having none of it, and the post was having none of it either. Now the Bruins, that would be the only scoring. The Blue Jackets would not get on the board in this one. Tuukka would shut the door, And as you can see here on the left, you can see at the bottom right here, I wish you guys could see my mouse, you can't, but 70 chances for to 50 against for the Blue Jackets. Obviously, it's going to be a reverse on the other side. As you can see, 50 to 70 for the Bruins. As you can see, not many Bruins having great games, whereas the Blue Jackets, knowing they were going to get eliminated, only 3 players not above 50% on Corsi, and they're all defensive defensemen who don't score too often. Now, as you can see at the bottom there, Tuukka Rask, 39 saves on 39 shots, perfect. Bobrovsky, 26 saves on 29 shots. If I had to say he'd want one back, it would definitely be the second goal. Krejci shot, not tip the cap, that's a well-placed shot. The third goal, you're not really going to stop that tip from that close, but the second goal, he gets some of it, but he doesn't get all of it, and that's a softie to let in, and it really took the air out of the place and really kind of took the Blue Jackets out of the game, in my opinion. As you can see, the Bruins, not too many of them as a unit, because I think Corsi more represents units in how they play. Not too many units had good nights, but as you can see, Grizzly had a good night, Krejci, good night, DeBrusque, good night. So the second line and the third line seem to have okay nights, whereas the first line, as you can see, not too great. Yeah, it doesn't matter sometimes how the advanced stats work out, because at the end of the day, it's the team with the most goals, and the Bruins, I thought they were the better team in this series. Not clearly, clear cut, but I thought if you watched the games, you would notice the Bruins kind of had an edge on the Blue Jackets with how they were playing and what they were doing. Now, here's one thing you got to look at when you're wondering why didn't the Blue Jackets push this one to 7. Now, on the left there, you can see the Bruins players who had over 3 points. And on the right there, above where Bobrovsky and Tuukka is all of the Blue Jackets with over 3 points. Now, the Bruins have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys over 3 points, whereas the Blue Jackets only have 4. That's not good enough. You need your stars to produce a little more. Now, Artemi Panarin was a beast. Seth Jones was a beast. Cam Atkinson, 0 goals in the series. That's just, come on. I think he had 40 in the regular season. That's not going to get it done. Duchesne, 2 goals, 1 assist. He had 2 game winners, I believe. I believe his goal in Game 2 and Game 3, I believe they were both game winners. No? But besides that, pretty quiet from Duchesne. Pierre-Luc Dubois, he should have done more. Bjorkstrand should have done more. There's a lot of Blue Jackets who should have done more in this series. Werenski, first pairing defenseman, playing half of the game, 1 point. You're out there for half the series, essentially, and you get 1 point. That's pretty bad, especially when you're playing with Seth Jones. And I know Seth Jones gets those power play minutes that you don't, but yeah, 5-on-5, I think the Blue Jackets could have been a little better as well. They weren't as threatening as they would hope. Josh Anderson had a lot of chances, but as you can see, he's not above 3 points for them either. Just a lot of guys with the Blue Jackets who couldn't get their offensive game going or just couldn't get the puck past Rask. And that's sometimes what it comes down to, is who puts the puck in the net more so than who gets more opportunities. And this was a rough, grinded out series. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these games were decided by 1 goal. Only game 4 and 6, once the Bruins felt like they got a little bit of control, were the games a little bit more favored towards the Bruins. And even the game 6 that they won 3-0, wasn't that big of a difference. And every game, it felt like it was going down to the wire for the most part. Until you didn't know who was going to win, at least until the third. Now, anyone else down here? Nick Foligno, 1 assist. That's unacceptable. Teixeira, he wasn't in the lineup. Wenberg wasn't in the lineup a lot. They also had a lot of depth rotation down there. But Dzingel, 1 goal in the series. Not worth the trade, and he's probably going to walk. There's a lot of questions. And Dubinsky talking crap. 1 goal in the series, no assist. Now, it's just a lot of guys who did a whole lot of nothing. Bobrovsky, you can't blame him if you're a Blue Jackets fan. 921. A lot of those goals against were not much he could do about it. Tuukka Rask obviously played better than Bobrovsky in the first 2 games. It didn't feel that way, but as the series went on through the last 4 games, it felt like Tuukka was doing the better of the 2. Now, obviously, Blue Jackets fans won't blame Bobrovsky, or they shouldn't, but when he goes to Florida, there might be a little resentment for him not playing as good as Rask. Hard to see when I'm on the other side of the fence of this series. But that's about all I have for thoughts on the series. Now, we take on the Hurricanes. That series starts tonight at 8 p.m. We took care of the Blue Jackets. I expected to take care of the Blue Jackets, not to sound cocky or anything. I expected to take care of the Leafs, and I expect to take care of the Hurricanes. Now, is that overconfidence? I think it's just more, I know how good this team can be, and when they look good and they play good, and Tuukka Rask is this good, they're really hard to beat because the leadership in the Bruins locker room, when they lose a game, they've lost the first game of the last 2 series, and they've come back to win both. So really, whenever they lose a game, I don't panic too much because they've proven to me that they're a very resilient bunch and they'll get back into the swing of things. Now, McAvoy's not playing game 1, so the chances are that we could lose another game 1, but I'm not going to panic because you get McAvoy right back for game 2, and we've proven we can come back, win 2 games in a row, and take momentum right back in a series. Whether it's earlier in a series like we did against Columbus where we came back, or whether it was game 6 and 7 like we did to Toronto. So pretty confident in this team, as should the Carolina Hurricanes. You fought a tough Capitals team, and then you smacked the Islanders. It's going to be a very interesting series to look at, and I'm hoping to upload a shorter, maybe like 7-8 minute preview video of this series going into more depth. But I'm excited for the game tonight at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like the video. Leave a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button if you like my coverage of the Bruins. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Peace.